Well, if you want to go off-roading in Vermont and you are not on an ATV, you have to do it on private property. And Kat is back, and you went on quite an adventure.
Julie, we definitely did. Darren and I had quite the time just over the border in Whitehall, New York. There's a park designed specifically for off-roading with any type of vehicle. So photographer Darren Boutet and I met a woman dedicated to the trails for this week's Destination Recreation. Sue Miller-Norton has been off-roading for about 30 years.
I know it's going to sound funny, but I began with my grandmother's 1972 Ford Pinto in the Pine Barrens down in New Jersey.
And her journey only gets more exciting each year. This Jeep junkie from Middletown Springs now has her own online persona in the off-roading world as Vermont Jeep Girl. She's recruiting more women to the sport and plans to launch a women's off-roading magazine this fall. Her rig? Old Blue, a 1993 YJ.
You know, every nut, every bolt. I can tell you there is only a few things left on this Jeep that is original, and that includes the broken windshield, the seats, and the dashboard. Everything else has been changed over the years.
These rigs take lots of time and money. She has 15 Jeeps and often works on parts in her living room. The vehicles she catches on their way to the scrapyard are often fondly known as rescues.
You have an instant connection when you do meet someone because you don't ask how the weather is. You ask, what are you running in your gears? What are you running in your Jeep? How long have you had the Jeep?
And the Meadowy Off-Road Extreme Park in Whitehall, New York is like a second home to her. 200 trails maintained specifically for off-roaders of all kinds. She offers to show us around.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
There are a couple important rules about off-roading. The first is to stay on the trails and to know them well enough to go out. Second, of course, is to travel in a group so that you can be helped if you need it. And, of course, be prepared for whatever might come your way.
There's all types of obstacles out here to play. There's the RTI ramp. There's a couple mud trenches up here, different hills. The park is geared towards the beginner and the more advanced. I'll tell you, you can have a bad day and just want to get away from everything. You just hop into your vehicle, you get into the woods, and I call it Jeep therapy.
But being out here means knowing your ride and your own limits.
Come on, baby. There she goes.
And your terrain. The trails take a beating each season, and when rocks move or trails wash out, that changes the driver's approach.
Picking the right line is really important when you're off-roading. Picking the wrong line could be devastating.
Yeah.
Not only for your vehicle, but for yourself and safety too.
And that's why they travel in teams. Because if you do get caught in a bind, you'll need your friends to tow you back upright. And out on these trails, owners tell us you can meet people from as far away as Brazil or Japan, and from every walk of life.
But there hasn't been a person that's left this place that hasn't had a smile on their face some sort. Even if it's a dent on the vehicle or whatever else, they want a big Band-Aid for it, and they go right back out.
A sport that's off the beaten path.
Wow, that is really cool.
Definitely. Open 9 to 5 on weekends. They do contests the first weekend of every month. For more information, you can check out their Facebook page.
Has she ever flipped?
She has not. She told me she has never flipped. She knows people who have, and I believe she's been in ones that have, but she hasn't been driving and flipped.
Yeah. You ever done that?
No, it looks like fun.
It was really neat. I actually didn't know what I was going to expect when I went out there because I'd never been off-roading, but it was definitely a treat.
Yeah, I've done it just once. It's very bouncy, like you've got to stay loose.
Don't you feel like you need a helmet on or something, though? Maybe not.
We were seatbelted in.
Yeah.
That was good enough for Kat.